Yep,
a decent baseball.
22 years.
But again, he's also in the Scott Boras Corporation. So, I mean, Boras is going to be very busy during this MLB, winter meeting. So, I guess you got Correa, Turner, Bogart, Swanson. You almost think the Dodgers are going to make a move. I know they're linked to talking with Judge and everything else, but I think their biggest need is shortstop.
Yeah, I do too.
They're linked to potentially trading for Ohtani, which is all good and everything, but you still need a shortstop. And who do you think? Do you think it's going to be a big four? Or do you think they're going to end up with?
I think the Dodgers go for a big four. I think it'd be crazy if they just didn't go right after Trey Turner. He's already been there.
Yep.
He's had success there. The dude's awesome. He's, from Florida. I don't know if that means he wants to go back home to the East Coast. Well, he's not going to sign with the Marlins or the Rays.
I wouldn't think so.
I think they'd be crazy not to re-sign Trey Turner. But if they can't because he's younger, then it's easy for me to see them go get Bogarts.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if they don't go and sign him, they're gonna have Gavin Lux.
Yeah, like they
young
don't
guy,
need
24, 25 years old, played 129 games, 6 homers, scored 66 runs, 7 stolen bases. Had 10% walk, 20% strikeout. I think he batted 276. So I mean, not terrible.
Of any of the contending teams other than like the Rays, or not the Rays, the Astros. Like the Dodgers don't need to get one of these four to still be at the top.
Yep.
If they continue with Turner, then wow.
Yeah, I mean that'd be the move, but I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of, at least what I'm hearing, a lot of rumors on that yet. I don't know if it's just kind of just a waiting game, if it's part of what the CAA Sports is doing. But I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see. Somebody's gonna have to pay him some money. All right, so let's go right down here. Carlos Correa, where's he going? Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Because I'm not sure. I mean, I wish I had some insight, then we could do.
Imagine if let's say someone like the Angels signed Correa. I don't think they can afford him. No. Like that's a change. That's a difference maker, right? Mm-hmm. The Braves could go in on Correa if they lose out on Swanson, but that's another one. If the Braves don't sign Dansby Swanson again, that means they maybe know something. The dude's from Georgia.
Yep.
He's established his career. He's a hero there. I think that's another crazy one not to sign him. I think what I say last week, I thought Correa to the Mets. If I didn't say it here, I said it to somebody.
Yeah.
I think the Mets go get Correa.
I mean, it's not a terrible move, and I didn't jot down what we had, but if somebody wants to rewatch it and let us know in any of the comments out there. Yeah, but I think it's not a bad option, in New York. Their needs for the Mets is because, I mean, their projected shortstop, I think right now is Lindor, but then, they sign him. What do they do with Lindor?
Move him to second.
You think so?
Just do it. I mean, they tried the Lindor bias thing.
Yeah,
it worked, but it didn't. Whatever.
Yeah. That'd be a
look
heck
at
of a
Lindor
duo.
and you say, you want to win or not? Because if you go get Correa and Lindor and they gel, you got two of the best middle infielders to play the game in quite a while.
Yeah,
on the same team up the middle, who can hit, who can complement each other on offense, on defense. Man. And if you're the Mets, like, all right, Francisco Lindor, here's another $2 million, move to second.
All right, so we got Correa to the Mets.
That's what I'm doing.
You said Turner to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Where's Bogarts going?
Swanson to the Braves, Bogarts to the Phillies.
Oh, okay. So you think Swanson's going to stay? I could see Bogarts to the Phillies. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. So then what's that leave for Boston? They're going to have like Trevor Story play short, you think?
They could.
You know what I mean? I don't know who they would bring in for second or who they have there.
Andrews.
Good.
Andrews to second. Story over to short. Story's still capable of playing short.
And not to mention, I mean, you have Iglesias, not a young buck by any means, from the Rockies, and then you have a defending champion, Diaz, who could go out there and make an impact on one of these teams for a much better value. I mean, they both made around $5 million last year, and that's about their market value. So if somebody wants to come in $4 or $5 million in a pinch, get a veteran guy, mix it with a young buck, I think you got some.
And Milwaukee's looking, they being the people that say these things, Willie Adames has gotten a ton of interest from other teams.
Yep.
For the Brewers. I think if you're the Brewers, you hold on to him, even though he's arbitration eligible. I think he's going to start making some money, but I think you hold on to him. They traded for him, and he just took off as a Brewer.
Yeah, man.
I think if you want to stay somewhat competitive, you got to hold on to him.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have Yelich, Adams, Tellez, Urias, Wong.
Wong has been on between Wong and Adames. Yeah, they are looking to shed some payroll so they can sign Burns and Woodruff. So maybe they get rid of one of those guys if you can pick up Adames. Hey, I mean, the guy's been smacking some home runs the last 2 years.
Yep.
Maybe that's an option for someone like the Dodgers.
All right, you heard it. You heard where we think they're going, and this is, like I said, this is going to get interesting. Just the beginning. Free agency is about to go wild, starting December 4th, which is going to be this Sunday. So we'll be back. We're going to record right during that. So we'll have hopefully some breaking news. We'll get there, and we're going to make our predictions for some more free agents that haven't gone yet, so we can give you the best insights. And if we see any of the odds updates for any of the future bets, we'll make sure to break that here too. Again, it's the off season, and people think it's the boring time for baseball. It's just ramping up, and this is the part that we love. And can't thank you guys enough for taking some time out of your day to watch this. I'm Matt.
It's gonna start getting fun. I'm Logan.
This is Vegas Odds Baseball.